For those of you who don't know what happened to Ty, he's been very vocal about it. Can you tell us what happened?
Oh yeah, I was sexually abused by Hannah Gatsby, and
you did press charges.
I pressed charges,
and he went right away as soon as it happened. He didn't wait 20 years.
Hashtag me too.
It's called a she too.
Oh,
trying to get that
she
trending.
as well. Hashtag she as well.
She as well.
She as well. Yeah,
or me as well.
Me as well.
Because it's me too, right? So she too. Yeah, she too. I like she too.
me too.
She too.
That was so, man. Anyways, we don't have to get into that, but the lawsuit is a talent manager scouted me, said we want to work with you. And then a few months later, he called and said, I was told we can't hire white men anymore.
Okay.
And then I hit record and I said, can you say that again? A little slower.
A little louder.
A little louder, a little slower. And and he said, we love you. I even got a recommendation from one of their celebrity clients who was a fan of mine.
Really?
So I won't name the person, but this was like a childhood idol of mine, comedian. And, so you're going pretty confident. Like, they love me. They came to scout me. I've got this celebrity guy. My stuff's blowing up on the internet. I've been doing it for, acting for 17 years. And not to say you ever deserve anything. It's like, I audition my ass off, and sometimes I'll audition for 200 things before I book one.
Right.
And that's fine, But he said it very clearly. He said, we're just not hiring white men. I said, is that company policy? And he said, yeah. And I, it was awful. And it's happened many times.
Really?
It's happened before. One guy said something similar, but in an email, an agent I was working with, and then he dropped me. And I friends that would book me on podcasts go, hey, I hope you understand because of the BLM thing. We can't, it's a bad look to have a white guy on.
What?
This was happening like on a weekly basis. And then this was just the pinnacle. And
just to have you on as a guest on a podcast?
Yeah. 2 in a row. Shows, casting directors would say, hey, we probably shouldn't submit a white guy for this, but I know you're right for the role. We're going to slip you in. I'm going, what? If it has nothing to do with the role, which it didn't, why are you slipping me in?
Right, exactly.
It just took on a life of its own. It's still happening, but nobody talks about it.
Jeez. So is this, are you actually like, you have actually filed a suit, right? You're not like in negotiation talking about any sort of settlement with these people. Like, you filed a suit.
We filed a suit. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually would probably, like, if it ends up going to court, like, hopefully you win. It's like good precedent.
It's hard to say though. I mean, this is in Brooklyn, New York. If you've got a slew of woke DAs and stuff, who knows what can happen, but hopefully.
Which you do. But I mean, if there is a negative outcome to that, you can appeal to higher courts.
Yeah. But it's a testament of where we are, where people go, do you think you even have a case? You think someone will even take that on? I go, well, what if it was a black person, a lesbian, a trans person?
Yeah.
Nobody would question it.
Right.
So we have 2 standards now, and we're going backwards.
Just imagine if somebody said, black is not what we're really looking for right now. Imagine if somebody said that.
The building would be burned down.
I know. There'd be riots in the streets for months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insane. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's kind of what our case is. We're not, I was like over explaining it all. And, what if in the bottom line is like, this is the law. And if it happened to anybody else, the law would be upheld.
So it is clear discrimination.
Yeah. In plain English. Yeah.
Isn't this the first time in history that we live in a country where the majority race is being discriminated against, like
wild.
very, very clearly?
Yeah.
I don't think there has been an example in history that's like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think it is. I really cannot, if anybody watching, if you can think of an instance, a country or society that has done the same, but first time in history we're seeing, we live in a country that's 76% white.